Today we're going to be reorganizing my very small perfume collection, which is still growing.
Let me ask you a question before we even start. When did smelling good turn into hoarding chemicals? Because what we're about to see in this video is not self-care, it's not luxury, and it's not even collecting anymore. This is overconsumption disguised as aesthetic culture. So today we are talking about this creator on TikTok called Rosie, who has built her entire brand around perfume overconsumption. And I really want us to sit with this conversation because this isn't about perfume. This is how influencer culture normalizes excess, how comments magically turn off when accountability shows up, and how viewers are quietly pressured into thinking this lifestyle is normal or even attainable. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Blessing and I make content on overconsumption, the influencing, and the influencer trend that shouldn't have been normalized. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, you should consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, turn on your post notifications so that you get notified anytime I upload video. So let's watch together and let's talk.
Today we're going to be reorganizing my very small perfume collection, which is still growing.
So in this first video, she opens the video by saying, and I quote, "We are going to be organizing my small perfume collection." Small, like small. Let's pause here, okay? Because words matters. What you are looking at on your screen right now is hundreds of perfume bottles, designer fragrance, luxury brands, limited edition, different bottle sizes, different color stories, okay? And she calls this small. That right here is the first red flag. When your perception of small has completely distorted by consumption, that means you are not just buying, you are desensitized. She started arranging them by size, color, brands, aesthetic, black bottles here, pink bottles there, blue bottles over here, clear ones in another shelf. And yes, it looks pretty. Yes, it's visually pleasing. But let me ask the uncomfortable question influencers don't want asked. Who is this for? Because no human being needs this amount of perfume. Perfume is not food, it's not water. Perfume is a chemical product designed to be used in small quantities. So when someone owns this much and still say my collection is growing, that's not passion, that's excess. Notice something very interesting. The comments are turned off. This is not by accident because she already knew that the comment would say, why do you need all this? How do you even use this much? Some of this will expire. This is wasteful. So instead of engaging in such conversation, the solution is silence. And this is important to point out because most influencers know exactly what they are doing. They know the behavior is questionable. They know it will be criticized. But as long as the video performs, the accountability doesn't matter for them. If you're watching this and you have ever felt pressure to buy more just because an influencer has it, pause this video, like a comment. I am becoming more intentional about what I spend my money on.
My fragrance room is literally my happy place. Like, I just come in here at random times throughout the day, first thing in the morning, to kind of like sniff and spray my fragrances and just like fall in love all over again. But it just makes me feel so happy and calm, and it just like evokes very good, happy thoughts and feelings for me. It kind of like sets the tone for how the day is gonna go for me as well. Like, I just love being in here, and I don't know what I want to wear this morning, but yeah, I feel really happy.
Now, this second video is where things start getting concerning. She says, my fragrance room is my happy place. A fragrance room, not a shelf, not a drawer, not even a cabinet, a room. She explained that she comes here early in the morning, during the day, whenever she feels like, just to sniff perfumes. She says it makes her calm, happy, emotional, soothed, relaxed. And listen, I am not here to shame joy. But when your happiness becomes dependent on consumption, we need to talk, because what happens when the novelty wears off, the dopamine fades, the room is already full, you don't feel satisfied, you feel overwhelmed. She even says she doesn't know what perfume to wear that morning. That right there is the irony. When you have too much, choice stop being freedom. It becomes confusion. This is why people with one signature scent wear it confidently every day. They associate memories with it. It becomes part of their identity. But when you have hundreds, you don't even remember how half of them smell. Now, you are not wearing perfume for enjoyment. You are wearing it to justify ownership. Ask yourself honestly, do you want opinions or do you want intention? Drop opinions or intention in the comment section.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my very small perfume collection. Today I'm going to be reorganizing my fragrances. I decided to move my shelves to the other side of the room and I added some new furniture pieces. Yes, I have a lot of fragrances, but I'm a collector. This is what I do, this is what I love, and this is what my heart desires. I wear fragrances 2 to 3 times a day. No, that does not mean that I'm trying to mask body odor. Yes, fragrances do expire, but with proper care you can get 5 to 10 years out of it. And baby, I wear my fragrances. I love to smell good, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And no, I didn't steal these. I've purchased them with my own money, and I've also had the luxury of working with some of my favorite fragrance brands, and that's on Black Girl Luxury. Purr.
And here we go again. Another video, same wording, my small perfume collection. And the comments off again. And this time she shows us full perfume room, shelves on shelves, bottles everywhere. At this point, we are not talking about collecting. We are talking about space being consumed. I have made videos about skincare room collection, makeup rooms, beauty rooms, but a perfume room? That tells you that overconsumption doesn't stop at products. It eats into physical space, mental space, and lifestyle. She says, I am a collector. That's what I does. That's what my heart desires. And that sentence right here is what influencer culture uses as a shade. Because once you frame overconsumption as passion, any critic becomes hate. She also mentioned she uses perfume 2 to 3 times daily. Let me be more clear. Using perfume frequently does not justify owning hundreds of bottles. Perfume has alcohol, synthetic compounds, allergens, and some of the bottles are years old. Perfume does expire, perfume does oxidize, perfume does change chemically over time. And no, this is not misinformation. Just because a product still smells okay does not mean it's safe or unchanged. If you've ever kept a product longer than you should because it was expensive, hit subscribe. We are unlearning that mindset together. I used to think perfume doesn't expire, and I know there was a time I literally leave my perfume for years just because I believe the more it stays, the more the smell gets stronger and better. So these are one of the things I've had to unlearn in my journey of de-influencing myself from most of this stuff. This video is actually the most honest one because she shows how it started. The first screenshot was from 2022, few perfumes, and few years later, the explosion. Okay, this is how overconsumption works. It never starts extreme, it starts small. One recommendation, one sale, one free PR package, and then suddenly accumulation feels normal. That's why I always say overconsumption doesn't scream, it creeps. If you've ever caught yourself saying, just one more, comment. I see it now. I also saw this comment where someone said, perfume is addictive. I can relate. I have just 41 piece and people think I have a problem already. People don't just think you have a problem. You know you have a problem. But it's so hard for you to agree to that because when you come online and you see people that have collections of over hundreds of perfume, you use that to justify your own 41 bottles. Oh, I just have 41. There are people that have thousands. This is where influencer machine really shows itself. She welcomed us again with her small perfume collection, then immediately pivots into Sephora is having a sale. Now she's recommending perfumes that we should buy. And here's the contradiction. If these perfumes are so essential, why didn't she own just that? Okay, because recommendations are not about needs. They are about the commission, afflicted links, brands relationship, sales conversion, and viewers are watching someone with hundreds of bottles tell us that we need more. Never let someone who profits from your purchase convince you is necessary. There are blacks, blue, yellow, pink, clear, every color imaginable. This is the same pattern we've seen with skincare hoarders, different packaging, same purpose. Consumption is visually satisfaction, not utility.
People be like, why do you have so many fragrances? Don't they expire? Why do you have so many KLEs and Forever Moods and Hot to Bow? Why do you have doubles of everything? Girl, well, maybe it's because it's my money. Maybe it's because I actually use my shit. Maybe it's because these bottles aren't going to refill themselves. Maybe it's because smelling good is my personality. Maybe it's because I like to mind my business and moisturize daily. Maybe it's because I like options, unlike some people. Maybe it's because I like being unforgettable. Maybe it's because what are you wearing feeds my spirit. Maybe it's because I actually finish what I buy. Maybe it's Maybelline, bitch. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't just allow my fragrances to sit on the shelf collecting dust. Okay, when I die, I can't take none of this shit with me. And I am not one of those people that believe in saving their luxury fragrances for special occasions. To me, every day is a special occasion. If I'm waking up with
It's my money, smelling good is my personality. She wants option. Every day is a special occasion. She's enjoying life. And listen, no one is saying you shouldn't enjoy life, okay? Let's not pretend this lifestyle is harmless or neutral. When you normalize excess, you normalize pressure. When you spray more just to finish products, that's not enjoyment, that's justification. Now let's talk about the health effects no one was to mention, the psychology behind extreme collecting, and the quiet pressure this kind of content puts on viewers. Because this conversation doesn't end at perfume shelves, it ends with real people feeling inadequate, overspending, and thinking something is wrong with them for not living like this. Perfume contains alcohol, fragrance compounds, preservatives, allergens. So over time, alcohol evaporates, scent profiles change, oxidation occurs, skin sensitivity increases. So just because perfume still smell fine doesn't mean it hasn't changed. It won't irritate your skin, it won't trigger headache or even nausea. Yes, perfume intoxication is real. Symptoms can be headache, dizziness, breathing irritation, migraine, skin reaction, especially when perfumes are layered heavily, spread excessively. used multiple times daily, mixed with other sentenced products. So when influencers dismiss this conversation, it's not harmless, it's irresponsible. One of the most common defense she gives is, I use them every day. And someone even commented, how do you finish your perfumes? Because there was a part she showed an empty bottle. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud, okay? When you own too much, you don't use products normally anymore. On a normal day, 2 to 5 spray of perfume is enough. But when you have hundreds of bottles, you overspray, you reapply unnecessarily, you layer excessively. Not because you need it, but because you are trying to cycle through consumption. And that's not mindful use, that's forced consumption to justify ownership. And this pattern is the same with skincare, makeup, body care. Overconsumption trains you to use more than necessary, not because it's better, but because it's there and you're trying to use it. This line still stuck with me. Smelly good is my personality. Let's unpack that gently, but honestly, smelling good is a preference, not a personality trait. Your personality trait is how you treat people, how you show up, how you communicate, how you move through the world. Your identity become attached to consumption. You start believing that without products you are less. And that mindset is dangerous, especially for viewers watching. Because now someone at home with one perfume, a tight budget, a real life responsibility start thinking, I don't smell good enough. I am not put together enough. I need more to be more. Okay, this is how insecurity is being monetized. You are not your purchase. Comment, I am enough. Another common response is, it's my money. Yes, it is. No one is denying that fact. But once you turn your lifestyle into content, once you earn from views, engagement, PR, or affiliated links, you're no longer just a private consumer. You are an influencer. And influence comes with responsibility, whether people like it or not, because viewers don't see PR packages, gifted items, affiliated commissions, brands relationship. They just see this is normal, this is achievement, this is the standard, and it's not. Just want you to know that influencers are not your financial role models. Just like this, don't even entertain. They condition viewers to believe more is better, excess is success, luxury equals happiness. And when people can't keep up, they feel behind, inadequate, embarrassed, pressured, especially young viewers, especially women, especially people already struggling financially. Overconsumption content doesn't just show products, it sells a lifestyle that people can never need or sustain. Let me clear up something. Collecting has limits, intention, curation, care. Hoarding has excess, overflow, reputation, emotional attachment to objects. So when products fills room, duplicates piles up, comments are turned up, and justification replaces reflection, that line has been crossed. And saying this is what I love doesn't erase the reality. Let's talk about solution because this is not about shaming. Healthy fragrance enjoyment looks like a small intentional rotation, seasonal scent, signature perfume, finishing bottles before buying more, respecting expiring timelines. It looks like enjoyment without excess, appreciation without accumulation. Luxury does not require chaos. We also talk about algorithm. Platforms like TikTok, they don't reward moderation, restraint, mindful consumption. They reward shock, volume, abundance, visual overload. A chef with 3 perfume will never outperform a room with 300 perfume. Why? Because excess make people pause, trigger disbelief, spark comparison, fuels comments and stitches. Even hate comments help the video perform. So when creators keep escalating their collection, it's not accidental, it's algorithm training. The more extreme the content, the better it reach larger audience. At a certain point, overconsumption stops being a side effect and becomes the brand. The creator is no longer known for knowledge, review, education. They are known for how much they owe, how big the collection is, how unrealistic the lifestyle looks. And here's the trick. Once your brand is assessed, you can never scale back because scaling back kills engagement. So the collection must grow, expand, multiply, even when it's no longer making sense. Let's talk about money briefly. Viewers assume she bought this herself. What they don't see is gifted PR, affiliated commission, brands partnership, paid recommendation. So when a creator says, you don't have to buy this, but the link is in the bio, That's non-neutrality, that's marketing. And the audience absorb the desire without seeing the financial cushion behind it. And also, let me address the elephant in the room. Comments don't get turned off because creators don't like negativity. They get turned off because question disrupts the fantasy. Accountability slows consumption. Critics breaks immersion. Silence protects the aesthetics. When viewers can't talk to each other, they can't reality check each other. Here is the part platform don't care about. The real cost of overconsumption content is paid for. Viewers overspending, people feeling inadequate, young audience normalizing debt, consumer equating worth with ownership, and none of that shows up in analytics, okay? But it shows up in real life. Today is perfume, tomorrow is skincare, makeup, fashion, gadgets, home decor. The pattern is the same. Overconsumption doesn't stay in one category, it spreads. And if you don't talk about it, it becomes the new normal. I want to state that this video is not about hating this particular creator. It's about breaking a spell that tells us more is better, excess is success, accumulation is happiness. But peace doesn't come with shelves. It comes from intention. If this video made you feel different, like, subscribe, share this video to someone who might need it, and don't forget to turn on your post notification so you get notified anytime I upload video. I am Blessing, and I will see you in my next video.